team are preparing for one of the most challenging jobs in their company's 7,000-house move history. A 700-kilometre haul with a fragile timber house. So big, it needs 2 trucks, 3 pilot cars and 2 maintenance vans. The 9-vehicle convoy stretches almost half a kilometre. 30 minutes before sunup, signs of the roadworks ahead. When suddenly, the truck's engine is screaming.
I just pull over.
A breakdown could be the hammer blow to this demanding schedule.
We just done a fan belt and the fan belt's come off. This truck's all right to drive but not far and not carrying this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to unhook this truck, unhook the truck at the back piece. I'm going to hook the back truck up to this and this truck up to the back piece because it's only tiny.
With sunrise and their curfew now only minutes away, the pressure's on.
All right, boys.
The sun is now up.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking daylight, so...
The police are within their power to stop this move right now.
Let's keep going. Hopefully the coppers don't say nothing. They're good coppers. Hopefully they'll let us keep going, so...
At 8 metres wide, from this point on, Robbie and Shane are forced to take the bumpy back roads. For the house, it's like riding out a magnitude 6 earthquake.
Yeah, Robbie, that big bit of weatherboard did come down on the left-hand side of the back of that house.
There it goes.
Mackay and Sons have built their reputation on delivering homes in good condition.
Yeah, we'll pull up next man.
But this house is letting the side down.
Oh, it's just not nailed off properly. It's only been nailed on with fuck all nails, see?
With 200 kilometres still to go, Shane and Robbie will have to fight tooth and nail to get this job done. After 12 hours of intense driving, he now has the responsibility of guiding the load through the hazards ahead.
Slide down with these wires.
And the last few kilometres into Yeppoon promise to be the biggest test yet.
Right, mate, bring it round, bring it round. Straighten that out. Oh, nice and easy. Yeah, you're right, Hogan.
This neighbourhood is a tangle of low-hanging power lines.
Heaps on the wire, mate.
With the load at 5.5 metres high, it's going to be tight.
Slow down with these, mate. It's pretty low. Keep it rolling. Whoa! Whoa!
The roof is centimetres from power lines. Hit them, and 240 volts would be sent swinging to the ground.
It's just a low fucking line here, so I'll just poke it up so Shane can get underneath it.
Time to break out the hot stick, an insulated fiberglass pole.
Right, Shane! Go slow!
1 down, 5 to go.
Whoa! Yep, drop that down, poke that one up just so it goes through. Truckers!
The traffic's backing up.
You're alright, keep going!
But this is one part of the job the boys can't afford to rush.
Over there! You want to pick this up? Grab this one, Bush. Thanks, mate. Straight up, mate. How much you got? Show me how much you got. No. Over to me! Go straight! You're all right, mate. Keep going straight. You're all right, mate. Hook in. If you want, mate, you got 8.
The end is in sight.
This is the block here. That's it then. Straight to that.
One last corner.
You're all right, mate.
And this monster move is over.
Still waiting on the other half, so there'll be a couple of hours yet. But it's here, that's the main thing, so all's well that ends well.
From the depot south of Perth, Sludge has over 600 kilometres ahead of him, carting fuel to farms in the wheat belt and to the coastal holiday town of Kalbarri.
Today I've probably got a 14-hour day to get to where I've got to get to at the end.
Yeah, right, you guys, just up ahead of you, about a K.
Yeah, there's smoke up here. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's not an accident. Jesus, right up where we're going. Let's hope we get around it before they shut the road. There might be some planes flying around, helicopters. Something started, maybe a bushfire or something, I don't know. That's the last thing I need today is a fire.
Yeah, the road's blocked up there, mate. Totally blocked. Yeah, righty, mate. Totally blocked. Turn around.
Tipped off by another trucker on the problem ahead, Sludge needs to find a way to turn around.
So, down and have a little look at this. The idea is come in and try and get around this limestone without getting off this gravel. You know, it's not very hard gravel, but I'm hoping it's been here longer than what it looks, so just going to come around through here and get around so we can go back out the other way. All right.
Turning a 95-ton fuel tanker around on an unknown piece of soft ground is a gamble.
Here we go. Oh, well.
Get bogged here, and Sludge risks failing his desperate customers.
Come on. Come on. You gotta love that, don't you?
While his gambles paid off, Sludge is now 3 hours behind schedule and needs a clear run to make up lost time.
This will cost another couple of hours on my day, so there you go. There's 4 or 5 hours today just gone through no fault of my own. That's the way it goes. You win some, you lose some.
To make matters worse, outside air temperatures are impacting his truck.
I got a bit hot here today. We're up on the 38, 39s now. Everything's struggling to keep cool today. It's a bit warm sitting in here, and the truck's running right up on its edge too.
His first delivery is thankfully in sight. This drop-off is for haulage contractor Tony Dalton, who delivers essential supplies to farmers. 10,000 litres of diesel will keep Tony going for a few more days.
I'll be back up Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I'll probably take another 10.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
Catch up with you after.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
Sludge needs to make up precious time. He decides to lose some weight.
We'll head north to Geraldton, and I think I'll drop my back trailer in Geraldton tonight. We're in Geraldton. We've blown the day clean out of the water, time-wise, so what I'm going to do is just unhook my back trailer here. Well, there's 20-odd thousand litres of fuel still on there, so there's no point dragging the trailer around for no reason. So I'll leave it here at my mate's yard. They don't mind, so it's out of the way and it's safe here. Yeah, I had a good night's sleep, so all refreshed and ready for another day. Let's hope it's a better one than yesterday. So we're just coming into Geraldton now. We'll grab that back trailer and zip out here to Ian's place and do these two deliveries. They're only 10 or 15 k's apart, so blow them over and then head for Perth. Alrighty, we're ready to go. Done, done, done. That's all done. We're out of here.
While the public are in lockdown and the roads are clear, Sludge is discovering that for fellow truckers, life has never been busier.
Well, you reckon that coronavirus is keeping you busy?
Yeah, man, I'm flat out, eh?
Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing, isn't it? What, you're doing a shitload of fruit up here, or?
Yeah, well, just flat out of the fruit, man. I'm starting to run out of stock, so to be totally honest, I'm even into the new season's gear. They're in a big rush to get all their fertiliser and bins and gear up here in case they decide to shut everything.
All right, mate. Put me a second, mate. See ya. Jesus Christ. 39 degrees and I'm pushing it hard up the hill here and now it's set the water buzzer up. I'll just back it off a little bit. I've hooked the back trailer on and forgot to flick the fan in, so it's brought the temperature up, come right up, I've just got to wait a minute and it'll die off and go out again. Come on, go away. It's gone out now, so I've just got to remember to keep that switched in.
The final stop for Sludge is a first-time delivery to new customer Colin McCartney.
It's always a concern when we come to a new place, especially when we're dragging a road train around. Make sure we can get in and out of these joints. Alrighty, what do we have him down for? 12,000. All right, let's do this. You got him on the old truck.
Yeah.
This is a bit different. It's got 2 or 3 smaller tanks. Most tanks have got bottom fills on them these days, but these are on a truck and it's got a ladder to get up there so he can hop up there. So what'll this hold?
Should hold 4,500 litres easy.
I've fallen off a couple of tanks myself, and now I'm getting too old for this shit. I can't be bothered with it, you know?
Tell me about it, mate. I'm getting too old for it too.
Yeah. Once I pump this last bit off, I'll be completely empty. Straight back to Perth. All right. Thanks, Colin.
Thank you, guys.
See you again. Even with the coronavirus, it doesn't look like it's going to stop us. So we'll just keep going, see where it takes us, and hopefully it'll all disappear pretty quick and we can all carry on with life again.
Bella and Steve have a big journey lined up. They need to cart over 100 tonnes of cement and construction materials to Central Australia.
We've got to get this load to Alice Springs, urgently.
The conditions up ahead have Steve worried.
This Docker River Road, it's closed indefinitely, and I can see why. I don't know when this is going to open. There is no road. It's been washed away.
Unseasonal rain has turned Steve's normal route to mush, forcing him to take a much longer detour.
The only option is to go across the bottom or right around the top, and across the bottom is the cheapest option for my customers. Right, girl, we'll go then. You want to get going? We'll go. Now, this river looks like it could have issues.
It proves no match for Steve and his truck. But the next bog hole is much deeper.
starting to go off the edge back there. Come on, truck, come on. Got a massive pile up of dirt back there under my... This is a big ask of these trucks every time. My big worry is when that drops down in the hole that it doesn't fall over. That's a big, big hole there. Bugger it. I'm going to have to get the shovel out. It's good news. There's no crocs.
Out here, it's up to Steve alone to find a way out. And with one trailer dangerously unbalanced, he needs to work fast.
That is starting to be a bit of a scary angle. That's my concern, that this trailer doesn't fall in there and fall over.
Luckily, he's got an escape plan.
I'll let a bit more air out of these tyres. I'll drop my tyres on 50 pound, I'll drop my tyres down to 40. Let it build up plenty of air, release all the brakes and give it a little go.
Deflating the tyres puts more tread in contact with the ground, increasing traction. Still not enough.
If you get the second one up straight enough, I could unhook it.
Take two.
I'm going to rip the clutch out of this truck if I keep doing what I'm trying to do. Back trailers are stuck, they're just dead weight, stuck in the wet sand.
With no way to call for help, getting out of here will come down to one man and his know-how.
I've got to ease the load on. So I'll drop this back trailer. That's nearly 40 tonne. I'm not trying to pull through the water if I can get it unhooked.
Pulling the trailers free one by one will take longer, but put less of a strain on the truck. Now Steve can adjust his line of attack.
I'm going to try and pick this trailer up on a different angle in new wheel tracks.
But he's doing more harm than good.
This trailer is sliding down, down, down into this hole.
Time for a helping hand.
He's usually locked in his dark little cave in here. Serious, bad chain.
One down.
You might see a smile when the next one comes out.
After 5 anxious hours, freedom.
When you get out of a mess like that all by yourself, it's, you know, it's not without a sense of satisfaction.
In Katanning, Western Australia, oversized specialist Yogi is getting set for an exhausting 7,000 kilometre, 2-week stint on the road.
Let's go, eh? Driving away, you know, leaving the family and every trip is the hardest bit, you know, and this is the hardest bit.
On his latest run, he's got a mixed bag of machinery and parts to deliver.
Good job, mate.
Starting with this rare 65-year-old tractor sold to a private collector. Restored, it'll be worth $18,000.
Oh, I'm happy. Yeah, good result.
He's barely started, and already he's feeling the pressure.
If we don't get all loaded today, we don't leave in the morning. If we don't leave in the morning, we're half a day behind.
And that will keep 5 different customers waiting.
You know you're going into a big farm when you come into a massive big driveway. Someone's driveway, 5 k's long.
Yogi's here to pick up a hay bale stacker.
Trying to find the machine.
But there's no sign of man or machine. Yogi calls his customer.
Collindale on the fence road. Yeah, righto. All right, mate. Okay. Oh, we're in the wrong place.
It's a costly blunder.
We won't get it finished loaded today. We'll have to load in the morning. So we're half a day behind now. So it's just cost me time and money.
At a loading yard in Katanning, Yogi's up to his neck in ugly freight.
Ugly freight is something that no one else will touch. It's making a load out of something, you know, like a lawnmower and a bale stacker and a vintage tractor, you know, made a load out of it.
Getting the pieces to fit is a giant jigsaw puzzle.
You go down, Matty, we'll see if it's slot in that little hole there.
Making it stay on, a constant headache.
Righto, I think that's a wrap. I don't think there's much more we can do here.
His trailer's bursting at the seams. But there's still more to go on.
So, right, we're back on the game face. We're just coming into Esperance now. I've got two pallets to chuck on here. One's a motor and one's a windscreen.
It looks well packed, but this windscreen for a harvester has got Yogi rattled.
Now, if it doesn't sit there and starts flapping around a bit, we've got a bit of a problem.
It's the only one of its kind in Australia, and to stay in one piece, it has to be transported vertically. Yogi's making one final check of his ugly load before hitting the vast emptiness of the Outback.
I think it's okay.
He's still got 2,800 kilometres left to drive, and just 3 days to do it.
We're on to the unloading now, so now it's the business end of the deal.
After 4 days and 2,000 kilometres, Yogi's at his first drop-off in Streaky Bay, South Australia.
Righto.
The mower is off, but the next unload has Yogi worried.
Righto, moment of truth. Let's go and unload the windscreen.
Yogi will only know the fate of this one-of-a-kind windscreen when he opens the box.
Righto. It's about 5 degrees here this morning. I'm sweating. Let's have a look in there. Yeah. It's happy days. All good. Yeah, all.
Delivery number 2, safe and sound.
So this next drop we've got is on South Road in Adelaide.
South Road is one of Adelaide's busiest streets.
I'm a little bit concerned that we might end up just blocking a lane.
Yogi will be unloading on the side of the road in rush hour traffic.
South Road. We want South Road. Oh,
He needs to be on the other side of the road.
I've got to do a bit of a shifty right, left, left, left to get to it. This looks a little bit blocked up, doesn't it? Oh, no way, man.
damage one of these cars, and this job could get really ugly. Through the parked cars and straight back into moving ones.
Righto. Trickiest bit of the unload, we're going to block South Street. I've got to be right on his driveway so we can get unloaded, so.
He has to be quick. It's a small delivery, but Yogi's big truck is now blocking a lane.
Righto. Geez, that would have been 5 minutes.
Making money delivering multiple loads to multiple customers isn't easy. There's one final drop-off before he can say job done. His laundry at his mum's.
Is she up? Stupid 3,500 cut.
Yay!
There you go. Hello.
Just as well I finish my washing, isn't it? Hello, Queen.
There you go. Good to see you.
Searing heat and rugged dirt roads. Only the toughest of truckers brave the brutal conditions of Queensland's Cape York Peninsula.
That's me. I love it. I love my truck. Who wouldn't want to drive one of these?
Sharon's loading up with urgent feed supplements for Coolatar Station, a massive 420,000-acre cattle property in far north Queensland's remote Cape York Peninsula. From Battle Creek, she'll travel 800 kilometres to Coolatar Station and then home again on dust-choked, unsealed roads.
We're off and away. I love this trip. It's a good, fun trip on the dirt. We'll hit the Utan Road, which is pretty hilly, pretty windy, dips and dives. There's a fair bit of stress that goes involved in hill climbs. You're turning off onto the infamous Utan. Here it is, the dirt. Fun and games begin. It's just hard work on the gear. You could buckle a rim if you hit it too hard, pop a tyre, especially if you do something out here. You don't always have the spares on supply. You just got to do what you got to do in the bush to get your job done, get your load delivered and get home again. Yeah, this is a fairly significant crossing. It's fairly steep and windy, so you can't hit it running.
Outback cattle stations are so big, they're mostly unfenced, leaving cattle to roam free.
Mate, we've got to be careful of those because they are what do big damage to the truck if we hit something like that. Thanks, old girl.
Sharon's missed the cattle, but she's also missed a gear.
I don't want to get stuck coming up there. Not by myself, not with the road train on. As you can see, straight into bog to get out.
In bog, the truck's lowest gear,
Come on.
the 1,000 horsepower road train claws back momentum.
And we're out. I don't like using bog because it means you've missed a gear.
This narrow causeway over the dried up riverbed is only centimetres wider than her truck and ends with an incline.
You don't want to fall off the side.
Sharon has to attack it at speed to make sure she gets up the other side safely.
If you haven't got a bit of pace up, it will drag you back in. Sometimes it's not good to look in the mirrors, just keep going and go for it. Lug it, come on. We did that one a little bit better. We got out without Volcog. Excellent. We've done quite well, actually. Yeah, done really well.
As night falls, Sharon navigates the track onto the station, parking up, ready for unloading at dawn. Before the day heats up, Sharon empties the 24-tonne tank of molasses.
It's a nice time of the morning, eh? It's nice and cool. So molasses with rumensin and protein, which is a supplement that cattle seem to like. Hey, boo-boo. There's little babies popping up everywhere.
The molasses is a lifesaver.
You do it every week and you see the same little weaners. Leaving Kalata and dropping into the Mitchell River. Old Skippy heading for a drink. Good croc country up here. There's plenty of crocodiles. There's no swimming in the water. Just have a look for crocs. Can't see any today, but I don't really want to see any because I'm going to stop and get out and just wash off the molasses and wash my signs. You generally won't see a croc if he's under the water. He'll be watching you. They sort of sneak up on you if you're not careful. Mate, you don't want to hang around. Yeah, you're not sure if it's a fish or it's somebody watching you wanting to bite, so let's get out of here before we get eaten. We made it through. Whoa.
Slick's loading up a triple trailer road train for the marathon trip, hauling house building frames and construction supplies. From Perth, he'll travel 600 kilometres to Kalgoorlie before a 1,900-kilometre trek through the Central Australian desert to Alice Springs. Steve Graham is sending one of his best mates, Slick, to face the hostility of the outback. It's the last desert run before Christmas. Slick's promised his wife and 3 children he'll definitely make it home.
Slick's been trucking a long time, about 10 years less than me. And the one thing Slick's managed in all of his trucking career is to get home at Christmas.
It's the only day of the year that I have to be home. I don't care about any others. And my wife counts on it, family count on it, and I do whatever I can to be home every Christmas.
After they stop at Kalgoorlie, Slick will be on his own, driving solo through the desert.
If Slick got home the day after Christmas, it's not the end of the world, but it would be a breaking of a family tradition that they have set in concrete in their family, you know? And I would like to be part of breaking that tradition for them. Slick's going to drop his 2 trailers. I'm going to hook this one up as his first.
Right, get into it.
And then he's a road train. Better make sure everything's right for him or I'll be in trouble.
Off we go again.
On a tight deadline to get home for Christmas, he's already behind schedule.
Running late, as per usual. I wanted to be further where I am now. I wanted to be almost at Laverton. But things happen.
After parking up in Laverton overnight, Slick sets out early on the Great Central Road to try and beat the desert heat.
Woke up at 5 o'clock. It was already 33 degrees. And it's going to be hot out there today.
As the desert temperatures rise, Slick's rig struggles in the extreme weather conditions.
My engine oil temps and my water temps are up there. This truck normally runs on about 85, 90 degrees. It's now just about to touch 100. I'm not happy about that. What's up? What the hell's happened there? Oh, don't tell me. Right, there's 2 tyres. Gone. Right.
The brakes have locked on, dragging the tyres and making them explode. With rubber flying everywhere, a brake booster was damaged by the impact of the explosion. The result? 2 shattered tyres. Slick carries 10 spare tyres for his 62-wheel road train.
Well, the thing is, it's about 46 degrees out here.
At $300 a tyre, he doesn't want any more to blow in the heat. Just as Slick gets the job done, he discovers a third tyre blowout, putting him seriously behind schedule.
But the quicker I get this done, the quicker I can get back in and drive along. It's taken me 11 and a half hours to get to where I am now, and that's 580 kilometres in 11 and a half hours. Not a good haul. Just seen something fly out on the left-hand mirror there, so I'm just going to pull up here and go and have a look and see what it is. Let's get it happening. And there's me problem. Blown out tyre. Now,
the tyre has overheated, expanded and exploded in the tough desert conditions.
oh yeah, it's taken out 2 tyres. When that one blew, it's taken out the sidewall on this one.
Slick should have been in Alice Springs by now, unloaded the building supplies and on his way home to Perth. But he's stranded, 300 kilometres short of his destination.
End of the day, just when I thought I was going to be winding down, and then this happens. Come on. Okay. I'll play that game. Been on the road 3.5 days and got 1 more hour to go and then we'll be in the yard.
Just after dawn, Slick finally makes the bitumen. He's desperate to make up lost time for one of his most important clients. Slick is aiming for a 7 a.m. arrival at the depot gate in Alice Springs.
It's good to get in here. 7:10. Beautiful. I'm about 14 hours later than what I normally come in, but they're all happy.
After a 5-day battle with some of the worst roads in Australia,
Everything's travelled okay.
the neatest man in trucking has only one thing on his mind.
I want to have a shower, mate. I haven't had a shower since I left.
A quick shower and Slick is ready to turn around and do it all again.
So away we go, 3 more days and I'll be home.
2,500 kilometres back to his home and family in Perth. But as Slick re-enters the desert,
Got a very dirty sky this afternoon.
an angry Outback is not in a festive mood.
Dusty as hell. Everywhere you look, it's just dust. It's really dirty sky, brown sky.
Fierce winds have blown a dust storm in from the desert.
It's all coming from the west, so we'll be heading straight into it. Blowing a gale, actually. Can hardly see that ridge over there. I reckon the weather's going to turn for the worst. I reckon we're going to come into rain tonight, I reckon.
With temperatures dropping fast, Slick's worried that rain could turn the Outback into a mud bath.
There's no heat on the windows. Normally this time of the day, middle of the afternoon, these should be red hot. Bugger all heat on them, there's no heat in that sun. Might have to work hard through the mud, see what happens.
Slick is trying to get home to Perth in time for Christmas. But back at headquarters, Steve Graham has other plans.
Now, Kath, did I tell you that Grant's rung me?
No. What's happened?
We've got to get another triple into Alice Springs by Christmas.
A last-minute road train haul across the Outback has Slick's name on it.
All right, I'm going to talk to Steve.
I left a message for Slick to ring me, and I'm expecting him to ring me any minute. Slick's got 2,000 k's to go. That way, if I can meet him at Leonora, it is doable. But he's not going to be happy, and I don't think Sandy's going to be happy either.
Hello, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good, Slick, you?
Yeah, blowing a gale.
Are you sitting down, Slick? Sit down, mate. We've got to get another triple in there by Christmas, mate.
The new job adds almost 7,000 kilometres of driving before Slick can make it home.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to tell Sandy.
His chances of making Christmas suddenly don't look good.
Oh, how am I going to tell her?
I know that you know that I wouldn't be springing it on you if it hadn't come out of the blue on me. You've got 13 days to do about 6,700 kilometres, mate.
I'll tell you what, if she takes it the wrong way, she'll be ringing you up straight away. You know that.
I know that. Sorry about that, Slick. I'll talk to you in a while.
All right, no worries.
Righto, mate. Good on you.
Okay.
Slick's not happy.
Steve's loading right now. He's hoping to leave tomorrow. And I mean, I'll be halfway across the desert tomorrow. And so I got to go right across, meet him at around about Leonora, and come back again and do everything that I've done here, find a back load, stack up, do it all again, and then go home. Skin of me teeth, 2 days to spare. I cannot miss Christmas. That's family time. Any other day of the year is fine. I'll work. But Christmas, I just have to break it to my wife now. So I'm just going to have a walk and try to think of how I'm going to break it to her. All right. Why can't he cart it, though?
Hey, gorgeous.
How you going, sweetheart?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, all right.
What's wrong?
I got a message to give Steve a call.
Oh, far out. What's happened?
I've got to come back to Alice Springs. I've got another triple to do to Alice.
Another week of leave without you?
About 10 days, sweetheart.
Okay.
10, 11 days, depending on the weather, of course.
All right, well, as long as you're safe.
Yeah, love. Okay. All right.
I love you.
Love you too, sweetheart.
Bye.
See ya.
As dawn breaks, Slick prepares for a full day's driving.
Hot air.
But he faces an immediate setback.
Cracked the aircon grill. Bolts come out. Split the grill. So I got no aircon now, so until I get back to Alice Springs, I'll see if I can get it fixed. Well, that's going to cost a day.
1,500 kilometres away in Perth, his boss, Steve Graham, is preparing to rendezvous with Slick in Laverton.
I don't look like I'm rushing, but I am.
Steve is finally underway, but the traffic is bad.
It's no fun. I just want to get out of here, get away from these bloody traffic lights again, and get on the open road where we can do our own thing. See, these lights better give me a break. See, I'm hardly into it and they're gone orange.
In the Gibson Desert, Slick suspects something is wrong with one of his trailers.
Oh, there we go. Broken airline.
Slick's race to make it home for Christmas with his family isn't getting any easier.
This is the third time I've had to get under here and fix a hose. Come on. All right. If it's long enough, I'll just rejoin it. If not, it might be long enough. That'll be all right. Get some air happening and see if that's fixed it. Yep, that's a better sound. That's just building up air pressure. Yep, that's the right sound. And away we go.
1,500 kilometres west, Steve's on the move, aiming to meet Slick in Laverton to speed up his progress. But he's way behind schedule.
I've lost easily 4 hours, 5 hours today. Mount Magnet's 400 kilometres in front of me and I should have been pulling out of there now if all had gone well, but too many oversized loads. Everyone's trying to get everything done by Christmas, so there's no oversized activity over the Christmas holiday period, so they're all rushing to get it done now. All I can do for my bit of it today is keep pounding away, knock these kilometres down and get this road train over to him. But it wouldn't take much of a mechanical breakdown or driver stuff up, and what we're trying to achieve here is all over.
Not a bad morning, actually. It's not too hot.
Slick has spent another night parked up in the desert, ahead of a trailer swap with Steve in Laverton.
Heading to Laverton, be in Laverton in about 4 or so hours.
Slick will make it to Laverton first.
I'm not hanging around.
But he doesn't want to be there long.
If he talks too long, I'm just going to say, see you later, mate. Wind up your own legs.
But there's no sign of Steve or his cargo.
Not coming yet.
Anxious to make it home for Christmas, Slick is not happy having to wait.
All right, I've been here just shy of 2 hours now. All right, here he comes.
Slick's long, hot wait is finally over.
2.25 hours waited.
He's looking at his watch and he's tapping his watch. Swaps. They always bring out a little bit of this and that in everyone.
The two mates exchange pleasantries.
Righto, mate, have a good one, eh?
No comment.
And Slick is on his way.
Right.
Destination Alice Springs, over 1,500 kilometres of dirt road away. Slick's family Christmas looks less likely with every delay. 600 kilometres to the east, Slick hasn't seen another driver for hours. Suddenly, there's oncoming traffic to deal with.
There must be water just up the road.
Camels, the original Outback Truckers, were first introduced to Australia in the 1840s. There are now over 1 million feral camels running wild in the outback. And for Slick, these unpredictable truck wreckers are coming from everywhere.
If he's going to run across, he's going to run across.
Slick's hour-long camel drama has put him behind. Tomorrow, he'll have to push harder. But in a 30-year-old truck, this road is a dangerous place to be making up time. Next morning, and Slick's had a rough night.
Pulled up last night, got everything organised. It's either my generators, something gone wrong with my generator, but that's only 2 weeks old, or the aircon unit at the back of the bunk for when I'm sleeping.
With no air conditioning, his sleeping cabin reached over 40 degrees.
Something's gone wrong with it. It'd fire up and then she'd make some funny noises. So, nothing going right. I've got to fix that chain there. I'm just a bit worried about my third trailer because when Steve left Perth, he was having problems with that trailer, brakes releasing, a little valve issue, so obviously he rolled away all right this morning.
If the brakes on the third trailer lock on, it could destroy its tyres, or worse, pull up the entire road train. Alice Springs is still 1,000 kilometres away. In this part of the world, there's no mobile phone contact and no immediate rescue. But suddenly he's forced to stop. The dirt road has taken its toll on his tyres.
This lot of tyres are pumping up. They're about 18 psi more than that when they should be pumping even, you know. Well, they're finally where they are, where I want them to be. It's taken a while, but nothing's pumping up right today, that's all.
Behind schedule, Slick still has 440 kilometres to go to get to his destination in the dead heart of Australia, Alice Springs.
Holy shit. There we go, something's going on. Going over that little rise just then, I slipped the gear back, put my foot down, and she just cut out. parking bay up the road here. I'm going to have to pull up there and just get my head underneath and have a look. Let's have a look, see.
Slick's lost power. He's worried it's his motor overheating. If he can't fix it, his truck will be crippled.
Don't know. Everything looks all right under there. Everything's running all right. It hasn't done it since.
In days, it's Christmas, and Slick's still 2,600 kilometres from home.
It's about half an hour behind what I wanted to be, but the guys are already there waiting for me. Slight little drama. Don't know what happened there when the truck cut out. So obviously it was electrical. It has to be.
Slick's got Christmas on his mind. The Alice Springs depot is under an hour away, and it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, this section of road it just seems to go on forever and ever. One last effort into Alice, and then let's calm down a little bit, get everything organised, and zoom straight home. Right, we're here. I'm an hour late. Done and dusted. Get all this unloaded and then it's another drive home. It's all good sailing from now on, straight down to Perth, and I'll be home for Christmas.
It's back across the desert. The fourth time in 11 days. The lonely life of a long-distance trucker.
I'm a solitary kind of bloke. And just being out here on your own, you can't beat it, I suppose. Look at the view out of my window. It's better than some office block anyway. I just love it out here.
At Steve Graham's truck depot in Perth.
Sandy?
Slick is met by his wife, Sandy.
Hey, hello, Abigail.
Slick's made it with 4 days to spare.
All right.
You made it, mate. How would you feel if I asked you to go out again?
Nah, well, Sandy's here.
You know I'm patient, but you're pushing it.
Yes.
Chris is booked to haul 72 tonnes of cement to a remote road crew. He's now racing to load his 54-metre road train.
1.2 tonne bags of cement. Will be around 117 tonne gross, I think.
He has to tow this maxed out load over a monster distance.
Probably a bit over 1,000 kilometres away.
It must be delivered by tomorrow afternoon.
Down to a roadworks crew that's doing some floodways.
This is a time-consuming load. 60 bags, requiring 33 straps.
I would have liked to have been going a bit earlier, but you never get away when you think you're going to. You're always late generally.
After 2 hours of hard yakka, Chris can escape the brutal heat and humidity.
It's good to finally leave the yard after load.
600 kilometres of unknown road conditions lie ahead. More rain will only make things worse.
Yeah, well, I didn't really want any rain because I don't know what that road's like.
With 400 kilometres left, he's on the Tablelands Highway. But this is no smooth bitumen road.
You'd have to use the term highway fairly loosely. It's rougher than most dirt roads you go on. You don't expect it to be so rough, but you're down to sort of 40 kilometres an hour. It's throwing the truck around all over the place. as well as up and down and woofs and hollows. And the 3 trailers, they do tend to wander around a fair bit. It's a terrible piece of road.
After that ride, the dirt of the Calvert Road makes a welcome relief.
We've got about 195 kilometres to go.
This is a track Chris has never driven. His clients are expecting his load of cement by this afternoon. It's already 2 p.m. As he heads into the Barclay Tablelands, Chris can't afford any more hold-ups.
Fairly large mob of cows on the road. We don't really want to run any of them over. You run the risk of when you do run one over, of it going underneath the truck and breaking air tanks off, doing all sorts of things. Then you run into the drama van stranded out here whilst trying to fix things. Being up here, they probably don't see too much traffic, so they haven't got a great deal of road sense. There's another herd in front of us here. You just can't pick which way they're going to go.
Finally, it's all clear ahead. Until
We just had a cow run across the road in front of us.
Chris has avoided a rude and reckless herd of cattle.
They have no road manners at all.
To make it onto the final leg of his urgent cement delivery. It's the last push. And the rain threatens.
It looks like a few storm clouds. We are starting to get a few spots of rain. If you got a big heap of rain and you got bogged and the truck, I mean, it could sit here for months while it dries out.
200 kilometres after hitting the dirt. The first signs of the road construction crew he's delivering to.
Pretty good, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. So they wanted it Tuesday afternoon, so I reckon we've done pretty good.
Jed, the boss, is waiting.
Where are we unloading the cement, mate?
With the wet season closing in, it's a massive relief to receive the load on time. As the load comes off, the wind comes in. A sure sign of an approaching storm. With all of the cement on the ground.
That's our last 2 bulker bags off the truck.
It's job done. Chris can hightail it home.
Get back home as quick as we can. We've got a fair bit of other work going on, so we need to get home to keep all that happening.
And for once, he's happy to see a few clouds.
We will be riding off into the sunset. There's a bit of cloud cover there, so at least we won't be driving straight into the sun.